Record. But that was weird.
I didn't like that at all.
This is weird. So, ladies and gentlemen, um, honestly don't know, like starting the podcast this way
Should
or
we be
like
wearing suits right now?
suits.
I'm definitely not wearing any pants.
I don't know if I don't do you ever wear pants for the podcast? I
Depends.
am bare naked from the waist down every episode.
I'll give you $1 million, brother.
What, stand up, you
Stand
weirdo?
the fuck up.
You're such a weirdo. Ladies and gentlemen, so we're on Zoom right now. What we usually use, shout out to Riverside.
No, don't
Usually,
shout out
no.
nothing.
I'm gonna shout them out because typically, 9 times out of 10, they're rocking and rolling, but
99 times out of 100.
they had some problems and we couldn't record on there today. So we decided to use the MVP of COVID, the COVID MVP. I mean, that's what this really was. Zoom was the COVID MVP.
What about
Uh,
Fauci?
that
Fauci wasn't the guy. Fauci
you know,
was a little fucking shit
I'm
who
glad to
kept me
learn.
inside my house. I hated that guy. I hated that Trump listened to him.
I'm glad to learn that I never like learned or I'm glad to know I never spent the time to learn who that was.
He was a little
Doctor
crooked.
Doctor Fauci, right?
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Like I don't I couldn't tell you the first thing about bro.
He was a
I couldn't
doctor.
tell you how he felt about COVID. I couldn't tell you how he felt about the vaccine. I
See,
couldn't
I
tell you.
don't know how he felt about COVID because he said, don't wear a mask. It's bad for you. And then he said, everyone needs to be masked up. Otherwise, everyone's going to get COVID. We need to build a herd immunity. The vaccine doesn't work, but yes, it does work because Pfizer's paying me to say it works.
See, yeah,
And then all that.
that's yeah. I was very lost. But we are here. We're on Zoom. I don't know what the layout's even going to look like on the final edit. It honestly might look pretty similar to the normal episode. So hey, who knows? But we are back. We are here. You got us on the screen, and before the podcast, we had the Timberwolves getting absolutely smoked on our screen. Devin,
Which
you
was expected.
no,
For all the hype that
stop
was
it,
coming that way, brother.
stop it. You know this wasn't expected. We were sitting here last episode going,
No.
oh
No, but
shit.
it makes sense that the Nuggets will come out wanting to murder everybody, come out fired.
Look, it makes
MPJ dropped
sense,
$20.
but are you really telling me that they're just gonna be able to turn it on like this and this is how
I mean, I really hope not.
I mean it's one game. I'm not gonna overreact to one game because who's to say Minnesota doesn't come right back and go, do the same thing.
Drop
Oh,
30
oh,
on
oh
top.
yeah. Oh yeah. That okay, bet. Um,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, just the I mean, to put it in the most simplest term, I mean, we just got done watching the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching them like do their post conference shits and everything.
I turned it off like an hour
Yeah,
ago.
like
I
I'm
did that.
watching I'm watching the press conference and everything, but I mean in the easiest way to put it, I mean Minnesota was just off.
Yeah.
Like they were just off this game. I mean, they came into Denver game 1, game 2 hot,
Locked in.
fucking locked and loaded.
Yeah.
And like I said, Denver, it's not like they weren't showing up. Like it's not like
Yeah.
they were playing like this, just down
Well,
30
no,
because of the way
no. Last game they got shit on. They lost by fucking 20 or 30 points. They got pooped on.
I'm
The
saying
first game was a good game, but
I'm
yeah,
saying in game 1 between Dallas and OKC, Luca put up like 19-7-6.
yeah.
That's not showing up to Luca's standards.
For Luca, yeah.
That's what I mean by not showing up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like win or lose, you could show up or not show up. Minnesota, it's kind of like they left their shit in Denver. Like they left all that energy in Denver. I don't know what
For this
I don't
game,
know
yeah.
what that is. Um, I do think they can. I mean, I was
No,
planning
I mean,
on.
either way, it would be rare that they would take two and then go up 3-0 in a series against a team like the Nuggets. Can they still take over the series? Yes, but going up 3-0 on a team like this, it's hard to do, even at home.
Even at home. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. Them boys
But
in
just
Denver.
didn't show up. Ant got hot for like 12 minutes, and that was it.
See, that wasn't even. It was. It's crazy that today the game I've been looking forward to all day was the like not the most exciting game that happened today. I mean,
One, two
Knicks Pacers was
was dope.
Knicks Pacers was a great game. But before we talk about Knicks Pacers, the biggest thing we obviously need to talk about, and I don't know if it's a shocker or if I mean I'd be shocked if you said you were shocked. Jokic wins another MVP.
I wasn't shocked, but I'm incredibly disappointed
Now, I'm not
because
gonna
no
lie.
one's told me why he won MVP
Well, don't ask
outside of
Shannon.
12 rebounds.
Don't ask Shannon or Shaq why. But
I wish I read into that a lot more than I did.
I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Okay, perfect.
Um,
I did see that he
so
went after his wife. Not cool, brother. His ex-wife. Not cool.
oh, I didn't see all that. That's who went. Who's ex-wife?
Shannon went at Shaq's ex-wife. Well, because Shaq's ex-wife just came out and said that she never loved Shaq. And then
Damn,
Shannon said, "Fuck you. That's why your wife never loved you, dude." I was like,
that's not
"Whoa,
even.
dude, chill out.
Damn, that's not even.
You
We'll
don't get
talk about them. We'll talk about
gotta run
them.
up on Shaq like that."
We'll talk about them after this though, because Jokic wins another MVP, what his third MVP, and
You know how crazy it is?
how crazy is it?
He's got more MVPs than Steph Curry, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Giannis. Everyone who we think was good is good. He's got more MVPs.
I mean, I guess that means he's the best player to ever play basketball, right?
He will be.
Like that's what that
Apparently, he will
means,
be.
right? No, I don't think Jokic is he's not a goat, the goat,
I don't
close
think
to the
he's
goat.
three-time MVP worthy.
I mean, look, I've accepted that the MVP for the NBA, let's be real, was if okay, it's at this point invalid. Like people don't really care who wins it,
Currently, yeah.
but people go back in history
And
and
it's
make
still looked at
MVPs.
as the same award. But I mean, there have been other invalid MVPs.
But what I'm saying is like I wasn't around or I wasn't old enough to know how people felt about Steve Nash winning MVPs over
No
fucking
one was
Kobe or Shaq only winning one MVP.
one
I don't know
MVP.
how people felt about that, but
No one was.
I know how people feel about
Yes,
looking back on it.
yes.
So I'm saying like maybe it was the same back then. I'm not too sure, but
We
I
also
know
know how the whole world feels about the current state of the MVP award because apparently it's just the guys who know ball who are
Mhm.
voting for fucking Jokic. If the guys who knew fucking ball watched any other game
They
or
would
any
know
other
that
player but Jokic, they would give it to like what the fuck do guys who know ball see? I don't get it. I don't get what they see in Jokic. I mean, yeah,
uh,
he's a great player, cool passing, great shooting, whatever the fuck.
I
He's not
mean
the
no,
MVP.
he's yes, he's great. My thing is if Jokic is the standard for MVP, okay, cool, whatever. Because here's the thing: this means Luca's never winning an MVP.
He
The
dropped
man,
what? It was 34, 9, and 10.
the man's gonna have to average 50 a game, like
He will.
Wilt fucking Chamberlain one day. Like he'll have to
He
do
will. And
that.
I bet this was pretty close to being unanimous too.
I would like to think it wasn't super close to
I
being
bet it was. Let me look at the MVP.
unanimous. But here, how about this? How about I entertain this idea? How about we entertain this idea, Devin? Because this is what I was considering. If you just took all the energy or anger people put into how they felt about the NBA MVP, let's just take all that and put it into coming up with another award add to the NBA.
Best player in the league.
Well, no, I mean, plain and simple. I know it seems like the easy cop out, but there's a defensive player of the year. Why can't
Oh,
there be an offensive player of the year? You know, I mean, okay, if you want to talk most valuable player, okay, sure. If you want to find some argument to why Jokic is the most valuable player to a team or to the NBA that year, sure. But you're not going to tell me he's a better just offensive player than Jokic or than Luka. Excuse me, than Luka or
Like,
Shy.
what's happening?
What?
You know who came in second?
Shy.
For what?
For
Shy
doing
came
what
in
he did.
second.
I mean, Shy. And it's, I mean, yeah. I mean, those were the three finalists. We knew this.
I know, but Luca gets four first place votes.
I
I,
don't
I
know.
just don't understand how Luca doesn't win this.
I mean, it's just the whole thing about Jokic doing what he does at his size. They don't, I, people don't really give Luca the that like that anymore. Like they don't give him that anymore. The
I know,
whole
but how big is that fucking boost?
three MVPs worth, Devin. It's three MVPs worth. But no, plain and simple. Offensive player of the year. Why not? Why
Yeah.
not make some type of
Well,
award?
they have the scoring award.
Bro, they have the scoring award. But no. The big important awards. You got MVP, defensive player of the year, and then like you got certain people that might care about like six man or whatever, but make an offensive player of the you have a defensive player of the year award. And let's be real, Devin. Let's be 100% real. If you had a pie
Agreed.
chart, if you had a pie chart on what people are interested in the percentage of people that are interested in defensive play and offensive play in the NBA, it's going to be about 99 to 1%.
Maybe
And,
more.
and
Yeah.
maybe more. Like I'm saying, like it would be so
Yeah.
easy and such a fun conversation for people to have and
Yeah.
less drama because I mean, it's
Because no
just
one knows what most valuable means. Like,
it's
what are we
it's
looking at? What's being looked at when they're saying, "Hey, Luca's"? I mean, not Luca.
it
Jokic
changes.
guy.
It changes every year.
I know.
It changes every year. So I'm saying you make an offensive player of the year award where it's the best scorer and the best player that had the ball in his hand coming down the court that year. Who do you got? That's what it would be. It's,
Luka
you know,
Doncic. Luka Donkey Tits.
and he may be someone that would win that
But why
award.
can't we? Well, I mean, we get into the semantics of what valuable means. Why not just again, like you said, the best fucking player on the court? LeBron would have 27 of those fucking.
But not just the best player, just offensive, best offensive player. And
Sure,
that to me, that's points and assists.
sure. Yeah, James Harden
Like
would have 27.
because like being the scoring leader or assist leader, like it's so nonchalantly like given to you. Like it's kind of
Pushed
like,
off.
hey,
Yeah,
how you feel about being the scoring leader?
it's
You're
not an
like,
award.
no. Here's the thing: you'll be like down 2-0 in the playoffs, and they're like,
Yeah,
you're a scoring leader. How do you feel? And they're like, I don't I don't care. Like we need to
we're
get back
losing.
in this series.
Yeah,
But let's talk about Shannon Sharpe and Shaq. Let's talk
yeah.
about
Fill
Shannon
me
Sharpe
in
and
on
Shaq.
this beef. I
So
saw Shaq dropped a rap music on him.
and you know what's funny? Someone was like, "Yo, did you see Shaq's diss track on Shannon Sharpe?"
Who? Someone said, "Yo, did you see that?"
Yeah, and I'm like,
Like, damn, that shit was fire. You gotta
no,
watch it.
no. It was more just like, did you hear about it? And I'm like, no. And I started like impersonating Shaq, like just like I'm the
Dude,
best in the game. You can't even touch me, like something just
yeah,
really stupid. And then
yeah.
I listened to it.
It
It's
was the same
pretty
thing.
much what it was.
Yep.
It's pretty much now, mind you, it was about the first it was a minute and a half. The first like 45 seconds, like the first half were just quotes of I believe a conversation between Shannon Sharpe and Gilbert. Okay, because
Okay.
let me walk you back. Shaq was bitching that Shy should have won MVP.
Yeah.
Shannon was saying Shaq's jealous because he only has one MVP.
Yes.
And this is something that he is like, if I remember back when I watched Undisputed a lot, he used to like talk about Shaq being emotional a lot and like just
Okay.
hating on players and being jealous of players. Um, so he was having a conversation with Gilbert where he was saying like he was jealous and all this and that. Like, I mean, okay, here. I mean, should I just play it? You want to
Yeah.
react to it?
Sure.
I'll just play it for you.
I heard like 12 seconds of it, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't remember any.
and there's only like 40 more seconds. So
Perfect.
Shaq hates every big man. If you haven't noticed, he does. He doesn't like the big man, rightfully so, because that's his position. He is, in his mind, he is the apex predator.
Gil's the biggest hater on
no
the
one
planet.
says. We don't care. He don't care what you say. He don't care. You can throw all the championships and all that. If we lace him up, and we had to, in our prime, had to play against each other in our prime, he thinks he's the apex predator. Those awards hurt him. They irritate the hell out of him. Yeah, it's the MVPs, Gil. It's the MVP because we only have one. They didn't think that I would win, but I won. You think you can say something about the D's and you ain't gonna say something back? I got in. You gotta have G14 classification. I'm the best in the world. I'm number one. I'm the best in the world. I'm number one. I'm the best in the world. Number. Oh no, Shannon Sharpe, man, you're way beneath me. Your whole demeanor is faker than new rapper Beefy. You're soft. Before you get fly, you rather tweet me. I was in 3 different cars when you was in 3 feet. All I see is dollar signs. They come in 3D. Make it hot. Ain't no way around my degree. You are not in my spot. You are like a peewee. Shula got them calling me Rocky the way I read. I get to the greenback. I don't mean a lawnmower. Jet flying, foreign driving, Best Buy and Don Pora.
that's it.
I'm not sure I get any of that. But
I
I
don't
will
know.
say
I don't know if there's any more. It kind of just cut off.
it cut off midway. Yeah. I think his streaming time, his studio time cut out. He had to pay a yearly fee.
Huh.
Um,
um, and then Shaq on Instagram is
well,
what I saw. Go ahead. Go ahead.
if anyone listens to Gilbert Arenas' podcast and didn't know who Gilbert Arenas was, you would think that Gilbert Arenas is the greatest basketball player of all time. The way that he talks about himself in his prime, he's the best player ever, even though his prime was 2.5 years.
See, here's the weird thing about someone like Gilbert is
that no one talks about Gilbert until Gilbert talks about himself.
Well, you got to remember, injuries is what stopped his career.
That's what stopped it. Doesn't mean that was the reason.
But what I'm saying is, like, he could easily be like, hey, when I was healthy, I was a walking fucking bucket.
Agreed.
Like, you cannot talk to me.
I know, but it's these guys.
I was giving Kobe 60. Like, what's up?
He did.
So it's like.
But he didn't play 20 years like Kobe, so now he can say all this shit.
But he's not. But he's dissing Shannon Sharpe.
He is.
That's the biggest thing. So he posts a picture of Shannon Sharpe. It says NFL's top 100 greatest, ranks the top 100 characters in the NFL, and former Denver Broncos and Baltimore tight end Shannon Sharpe lands at number 51. So here's the thing. That's what he just posted. And I'll read the caption in a second. But can I just say one thing? One thing. I put up 5 fingers. One thing. NFL 100 greatest, I believe, was like a NFL Films like thing on like NFL Network. Like it's a very like bias, and it also says ranks the top 100 characters in NFL history.
Yeah, no, that's not players. That's personnel.
And it says lands at number 51. It said, and then Shaq said, you took me sticking up for Shy as jealousy. Shows how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, he is, if we're talking about tight ends, then you can't speak on me. Don't forget, I don't know. Sorry, Shaq types like a 5-year-old. Because it's then you can't speak on capital M me, period. Space, lowercase. Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you at. Don't know what that means. Me jealous, LOL. Sounds like you jealous. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even halfway done. We're giving Shaq the same amount of shit that we'd give Dion for pulling this shit.
It sounds like Cat Williams, right?
This is so weird. Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you at. Me
That's a
jealous,
Cat Williams quote.
which is also like what? It's like he was like really successful in his career and like what a lot of he literally did what you did, Shaq. Like he retired and then started getting into the same profession as you. Like, what do
Yeah.
all right. Anyways, like I was saying, um, me jealous, LOL sounds like you jealous. I know you trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast, which is true. I'll give him
It's
that.
very true. Very, very true.
We don't believe you. You need more people. And in case you forgot, 4 rings, 3 finals MVPs, top 50 and top 75. Could have just said top 50. I don't know why you said and top 75. Because like obviously if you're top 50, you're
Well, the NBA they do that. They do it every 25 years.
but yeah, that's shit. But I don't care.
Yeah.
And to be
No.
quite frank, all this new success you got, you still under me. You don't know my work ethic, but okay, I'm adding words that I think he
Yeah, yeah.
meant.
You have to add
Okay,
real
I'm
words.
gonna read it with how he said it. But according, I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. So I believe he said, but according to you, I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. Make it make sense. Love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for this shit. You just you
You
just
just
did
you
it.
just started a gossiping
Like
beef.
you just did it.
And you
Just
also
did it.
just said we all know why you got here, or
Yeah.
I know why you got here.
That's some gossip if I've
Yeah, it's gossip. Yeah.
that's some woman
But
that's a very
no, it is
high
true.
school girl
Shannon is
shit.
4 clicks. Shannon's big on the clicks. Right when
Oh,
all that
did you think I was done reading it
from Shaq or from Shannon?
from Shaq? Did you think it was done?
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, it's not done. No. You could tell. Hold on.
No, me not done.
Remember, I don't know you. Or no, hold on. I'm too old for this shit. Love always. The most dominant big man ever who never took it serious. Remember, I don't know you. And in the words of Skip Bayless, I'm better than you. Hashtag G14 classification. I have it. You don't. Not in my profession. And your GOAT debate. Never wanted to be the GOAT. I wanted to be never wanted to be the GOAT. I wanted to be who should greet me as the most dominant ever. Hashtag the apex predator.
The
So
best to ever do it who didn't care. I don't know if that's a flex or not. Because he did care and he's lying. So he was just too fat to
So
last 8 years, but
okay, let's go over a couple
or
things.
however long his prime. I yeah, whatever.
Both of these guys love to gossip, obviously. Like they love to
Yeah.
get into it. They love
They love to talk shit.
I'm sorry. Maybe I missed out on something. Maybe I forgot about something. But is Shaq not like super like emotional?
Yeah.
Like I thought Shaq was like
Emotional in what sense? Like,
I mean, you know, he's pretty fucking emotional. Like he's sitting here typing a paragraph about how much he doesn't care, about how
yeah, that
much
was angry.
he doesn't want to gossip, how much he's, all this shit. And in reality, it's like,
While talking shit.
I mean, shit, I remember when he was making sure Dwight Howard was getting hated on every fucking week or whatever. It's like,
Well, he just kept saying Dwight Howard sucks men's penises.
well, I mean, shit. Shaq and the Fool was basically a segment of making sure he had a time slot to shit on players in the NBA.
JaVale McGee.
Yeah, specific
JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee. Now,
Like everyone thought JaVale McGee was the worst basketball player. He was actually pretty good.
oh, he was
For how bad? All right, no, for how bad everyone thought he was at basketball.
he's just clumsy.
Yeah, but
That's
he
what
wasn't.
gets you on Shaq and the Fool is being clumsy.
He was in the league for fucking a while. I'm not saying he
promise
was
you,
fucking
I promise you,
great.
in Shaq's latter years, he would have made Shaq and the Fool plenty of times.
Oh fuck yeah!
He would
I
have
think
made
he did.
what
I
do
think he
you-
was on Shaq to the Fool.
I don't know the history of when Shaq and the Fool started, I would probably assume it was when
No,
Shaq
no, they
started.
showed his older videos though, like
Oh
when he
no,
was on the
sure,
Sun
sure,
and he
but
jumped on the bench.
no, I'm saying like, but if it was a if
Yes, yes.
Shaq
If it
was in
was
the
Shaq in the
NBA and
full
there was
or
a
Shaq
Shaq
was
in the
there,
full type thing,
yeah,
they'd be all over that.
yeah.
But it's just weird because Shannon, like him saying, and this is once again former players, like now, see, now it's like you are a professional athlete, but you're not top 10 of all time, so you're not allowed to speak on me.
Yeah, we're talking about a sport with 5 positions and a sport with what, 15?
A lot more than 15 positions, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Uh,
In the NFL? No, I mean position groups.
okay,
Quarterback, running
sure.
back,
Position
wide
groups.
receiver,
But like at this
D
point in
line.
the NFL, like an outside linebacker and a middle
Yes.
linebacker are two
Yeah,
completely different fucking things.
yeah. Like
Especially, I mean,
like
depending on how you run your
Aaron
defense.
Donald is not
Like,
some of these other
oh my
guys.
God, the defensive lineman, the way they break that
D
up,
D tackle is nuts.
yeah, just a D tackle is like, okay, DN, D tackle. These motherfuckers move and
Yeah.
line up different in different gaps every play. What are we talking about? But anyways, back to what we were saying. It's just funny how the goalpost just keeps moving to where it's like people like us, it's like, oh, you random people can't talk about it. Now
Now you got to be. So now what? Michael Jordan, Will Chamberlain,
you
fucking
got
all
to
these
have
guys who can talk
G14,
shit.
G14 classification. You got to be top 10 in your profession.
Yep. Ever.
Um, you have to I think that's it. You gotta be top 10 in your profession. You gotta be top 10 in your profession to have a conversation just even about Shaq. And that's the thing. Like Shannon, is he like completely innocent? It's like no.
No. He's an
But
instigator.
he's also
He's
like
good at it.
he's also like allowed to talk about it. Like he obviously gets paid. Like he's obviously want people
Not only is he a top level NFL player of all time, especially a tight end, um, he's a professional sports broadcaster, not
well,
broadcaster, media personality. This is his job.
I mean, in many ways, they're very alike. I mean, they're not just they're known for not just their, what they did on the field or court. They were big personalities in their
Yeah.
leagues. So it's like, I don't know, they're very similar. So it's just really weird to see them two beefing
Well,
basically about like
Shannon doesn't DJ on the weekends.
now tell me if I'm wrong or not. Was this on or off the pod? I told you like a week ago. Like I think
I
Shaq
thought
is
it was on the pod. It may have been before we potted one day, but I was like, I don't know, maybe. And you were like, dude, fucking Shaq hates Shannon Sharpe.
I was like, I don't think Shaq likes Shannon Sharpe because he made a comment like random like regular earthlings shouldn't be allowed to vote on the MVP in the NBA.
Yes, that's what it was about. Yeah, yeah.
And but that was it. And I was like, I don't know, just the way he talked about him, it was like it seems like he does not like him. And
Yeah, no, he clearly did not.
he does not like him at all. He does not like him
But
one bit.
I don't get it, you know?
I mean, what is there not to get? It's two old dudes and nothing else better to do. So
Yeah, it's true.
they're gonna I mean, let's be real. I don't know. They've been listening to Kendrick and Drake all weekend and got gassed up, or all week, and I don't know. Maybe they
Yeah.
got gassed up.
Now Shaq has to. All I hope is that Shannon takes the high road, and well, he didn't.
He
Uh,
did.
he definitely didn't.
Did
I'm
he
sorry.
respond like on Instagram or
He
something?
did. He did. He did.
Let me pull it up. Here, I'll pull it up.
He definitely did not take the high road, but I just hope he doesn't release a diss track because that is the corniest shit.
He didn't
Shaq.
release anything on Instagram about him.
There was some thing that he posted in response to what Shaq said. It may have been a comment under that page. Let me try to pull it up.
I mean, was it on Twitter or something? Because last thing I see is like a bunch of clips of his Gary Owens podcast. So I don't really, I
Is
don't
that the
know.
white guy who thinks he's black?
No, it's the white guy who was
Says the
married.
N word?
No, dude, chill. He was
Yeah.
he was married to a black chick, but also admits that he like has no relationship with his kids whatsoever. Hasn't seen his kids in 3.5 years since divorce. It's a nightmare. I'll take the blame. I don't ensure what my relationship with them was so strong. I didn't ensure that my relationship with them was so strong. So can we like people need to give him some flack for that? Because you're rich, go be a good dad. Um. Anyways, I can't find it. I cannot find it at all.
Can't find it.
I don't see it. Let's move on though. Let's move on. Let's move on to
No.
let's move on. Who cares? He said something about his wife. Shaq's dating somebody younger than his kids right now. Shaq's a fucking weirdo. Who cares who loves him?
Whoa. You can't sit
Whoa,
here
whoa.
and defend. You can't sit here and defend Drake and then shit on him.
I can't sit here and defend who defended Drake. Oh, so we're bringing up stuff we said off the podcast now? Oh, okay. We
No.
can do that. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that.
I did not
I
say that
defended
word.
Drake because Kendrick Lamar called him something with zero proof, with something that you just really can't like support once it's said. Like you say it, and it's like, oh, now you have that like stain on
Now,
you.
now that thing's
But
on you,
nobody talks about how Kendrick
like
defended R.
Epstein.
Kelly. The whole R. Kelly shit is just completely ignored. Nobody talks about that. Everything Kendrick said in his diss track was true. Everything Kendrick said or everything Drake
Everything
said
Drake said was
was a
completely
lie.
wrong.
That's exactly how everybody is acting right now. So
It's kind of the dumbest fucking shit.
whatever. Let's move on though.
I
I don't
hate the
want to
both of them.
spend I don't want to spend a bunch of time talking about them. There's more NBA playoffs. There's more NBA playoffs. I mean, we talked Nuggets and Timberwolves. Like I said, Pacers and Knicks. It got a little interesting. Halliburton finally he decided to show up
Go
and
up.
drop he dropped 35 points. Siakam with 26. Now Brunson dropped 26, but he shot 10 from 26 or 10 for 26.
Yeah.
So a very inefficient 26 points. Now, before this, when the Knicks were up 2-0, I had like this I had this like thought like, you know, Julius Randle went down and it was like he's going to be out for the playoffs. And it
Yep.
was like, okay. And then what was it?
Mi-
Who went down before Mitchell Robinson? It was fucking Christ. I can't even remember the list of and I had it all written down in here. Let me pull this up. Okay. So the Julius Randle, it didn't phase him. And then Bojan Bogdanovic, he was out for the season.
Yep.
Or got hurt and then was out for the season. Mitchell Robinson out for the
Mitch just
season.
went down.
OG Anunoby, he pulled his hammy in game
Yeah.
2.
Yep.
And Jalen Brunson also like left in the middle of that game for like 15 minutes with a
Yeah.
sore foot. That's how it was put. And after all of that, we're still up 2-0.
Yes.
And now I don't know.
All these and ran a close one in this game.
Oh, it was very close. It was very
Yeah.
close. And I don't know what the result of that series would have been between them and Philly if Philly was 100% healthy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if because the way everybody talks about in Indiana now is that they're phonies. So, how much credit do you really give New York? But I will say, when it comes to like adversity and like being bothered by shit,
They're not. Well, Julius was never their guy. Mitchell, it was kind of a nice piece for them. Boban, whatever. And then OG's good to have on the court, just as an extra guy. Because right now, I mean, you got the 3 fucking Villanova boys playing 45 minutes, and Jalen Brunson has to shoot the ball 26 times, and if he misses 15, they lose. So.
see, but I mean, there's a difference between like, okay, you lost this player, he's not as important as you might think may think he is. There's a difference between that and like, all right, we've lost 5 guys. Like,
Yeah.
now we need to like now there's going to be either we're going to run our guys to death, like you just said, you got 3 guys playing however many minutes a game, or we're getting guys that just aren't used to playing that many minutes into a normal rotation.
True.
And I mean, in the long run, I mean, if they have to run into Boston in the final round of the East, it could be a long shot, but I'm not ruling them out. I've been ruling them out and being like, all right, Boston's coming out of the East. I'm not ruling the Knicks out of the East yet.
No.
Like if the Pacers win this series, I'm going Boston. If the Knicks come out of this series, I don't know who I'm going with when it's Knicks Boston.
Well, I mean it. Oh, I knew how I'm going with when it's Knicks Boston, but I'm not. I'm not saying it won't be a good series. Like the Celtics will win if they're who we think they are, who they think they are, who they should be. They should wipe the floor with the Knicks. But Brunson's a scary guy. He's out here dropping a shit ton of points. Dante DiVincenzo had a great game, dropped 35. Hart didn't show up
Mm-hmm.
offensively, but played a hell of a game just
Mm-hmm.
being out there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think they're a dangerous team. I think that they can give the Celtics a run for their money, but right now they got to make sure Tyrese Halliburton stops shooting the rock too good.
I think maybe Tyrese Halliburton was like, maybe he like was put under a spell and he thought it was like the second week of the regular season. And he was like, oh, this is when I play like this is when I play really fucking good.
You know what they need to do? They need to paint the court red and blue.
Paint it all
How
red and
ugly.
blue.
We're gonna look back at that in 20 years. It's gonna be like one of those shitty fucking throwbacks. One
I
of the throwbacks
mean,
not go back to.
I mean, was it the worst thing ever?
I thought some of the courts fucking sucked.
I don't know. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
It's just dumb.
I
Like
think
that's how you're gonna get people to watch basketball.
I think that definitely like they tried to like
Like, oh
make
look,
it
wood is a different color.
they tried to make it seem like it was too big, like too much of a too. It was a. They made it seem like it was a bigger of a draw than it really was. It's like it
Yeah,
was just a different color. It's like,
like
look, just as many people are gonna still not watch Boise State play next year. Nobody cares what
no one
the
cares.
nobody
It
cares
was
what the
cool in like
color.
2011 when someone would score a touchdown. Now their whole face is fucking blue. Nice.
Yeah.
Now it's a fucking non-factor. No one gives a fuck about Boise State. Uh,
Um, but moving
but
on from what's
they need
up?
those LED courts.
The
The ones,
LED, yeah, from COVID.
well, like the ones that actually have like effects in them and shit. I don't even know if they make those.
I'm trying to remember. Well, I thought they had some LED shit going on when they were in the bubble.
They had the bubble like walls and stuff, and they had like the Zoom meetings on the walls, just like us. They had like fake.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I remember the fake fans and all, but let's Boston. We were talking about Boston, New
Yeah,
York, and how they'll play against Boston. Boston goes
Boston
up
got diarrhea.
after the first game. I was like, they're gonna cruise.
Yeah, I thought they were.
They are gonna fucking cruise.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna overreact after
two
the
games.
highest paid player in the NBA shoots 7 for 17, 0 for 6 from three. Um, and then they lose and it's tied 1-1. But I will say that
Are we gonna put this on Jaylen Brown, or should we
yeah,
put this on the potential MVP, Jason Tatum?
who's the highest paid player in the NBA?
All right, that's the Celtics dealing.
I don't care. Obviously, the Celtics saw something that we didn't.
No, it's just when their contracts were getting done. Jason Tatum's about to get paid.
We'll see. We'll fucking see. You're sitting here saying, should we blame Jaylen Brown? Yes. For that game, the way he shot the fucking basketball, yeah,
Sure.
you should blame him. Also, just like last year when it's a pretty big reason as to why they weren't. I mean, you you remember the Jaylen Brown and going left. We all remember the memes. We all know
Yeah, he never fixed it.
about playoff Jaylen Brown, but are we gonna have to just get to a point where we're gonna stop gassing Boston? Like they could have a stretch of games where they look elite. They look like the best team in the league.
Well, they were the best team in the league all fucking year.
No, Devin. They were the best team in the East.
Well,
Record
on
wise,
paper,
sure. Record wise, they had the best team. They were the best team. But
yeah.
I think we all know that
Do we though? I mean, I've
Dude,
been calling that Boston
we've
sucks
been
probably
spending
for years.
all year saying that Boston might be sixth in the West. Like
Well,
it's
I don't know. Boston would be sixth in the West, but I think I think we were talking about how once you get past the two top teams in the East, they might not even make the playoffs in the West or the play-ins. They're not even top 10.
yeah.
But now we're looking at a team like the Knicks and the fucking Cavs who don't look too terrible right now.
The Cavs, see, the thing is, the Cavs and the Knicks, like it's this season hype alone. Like we've never seen we've never seen them do this before. People are kind of questioning whether or not we'll see it again, and people are kind of just in the moment hyping it up.
Yeah.
And we're like here for it, but I feel like we all know the inevitable. Like kind of why nobody's excited to see Denver blow Minnesota out. Like it's kind of like it kind of worries me that like, oh, maybe Denver just decided to turn it on, and
Yeah, no, I hope that that's not a thing. I hope that the Minnesota hype is real
mm.
because otherwise, I think everyone should be scared of how boring the NBA finals would be.
But I think people are talking about Boston as if they're a team that should be able to just turn it on right now, go
Yeah.
and 4-1 these fucking Cavs because what are y'all doing?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I think that's possible.
I thought it was, but I
I
mean
think it is.
it's worrying. The fact that I was sitting here going like, damn, like the Knicks might give them a run for their money. And then they go and lose game 2 versus the Cavs. It's almost like they were telling me, like, yeah, you better get ready to have a boring ass finals.
Nah, yeah.
You might not even have Boston in there to watch.
That's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about, I mean, right now, ideally, I would like to see Timberwolves. I mean, anybody but the Mavericks. No, well,
Give me
no,
Boston versus Minnesota or Dallas.
agreed.
That's
Anything
what I
but the
would do.
Nuggies and the Cavs and the Pacers and the Knicks.
Yeah, no, give me
I'll even take the Thunder.
nope.
I know that he's not. No one's gonna see him on TV. They'll blur him out like
I
some
did. I
Japanese.
saw him. I saw him today.
Did you?
I saw him yesterday. He was sitting there fucking thinking about little girls biting his nails and shit.
They can't give him a fuzzy penis
Uh,
like the Japanese men.
don't,
We can't just blur him out.
oh, got you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay. No,
they're
I
all
don't think
fuzzy.
he doesn't he
But no, I
doesn't
mean,
get
if we
blurred
could just
out.
blur him out during the finals, I think the whole world would be okay. But no, I don't think that. I want to see the Mavs or Timberwolves in the finals. So I want to see that Western Conference Finals. I think that'd be cool.
I
Very
want
nice. Very,
Mavs. Yeah, I want Mavs or Timberwolves going up against Boston in the finals. But we're already questioning whether or not any of those teams are going to make it to the finals. And it might just be Denver versus New York. I'm
oh,
not watching that shit. I
no,
promise you right now.
dude.
We
I'm
will
not watching
cover
Jalen Brunson versus fucking Jokic.
we will cover more NFL training camp than the NFL network will if that's the fucking finals
All
that we have
the
to talk about. There's zero chance we're watching or discussing that finals. So
dude,
uh
I shit you not. Riddle me this, brother.
hmm.
I watched the WNBA. I'm joking. I'm not watching anything.
See, I didn't have a joke, but like I
I didn't have a
genuinely
joke for that either. I thought the joke was that I that a human would watch the WNBA.
I genuinely just don't think I can make that commitment. But that has nothing to do with being in the WNBA. It's or being the WNBA. I mean, we couldn't commit more than 2 weeks to the UFL or to the
It,
XFL or the
it,
UFL, wherever the
all
fuck they are now.
any. It was the
UFL.
XFL,
But
UFL.
every time we tried, we couldn't do
I
it.
know. Well, the whole world does that.
Also, the WNBA.
Also, everyone in the WNBA is more famous off the court than they ever have been or will be on the court.
Can I flip something real quick and kind of like,
Oh,
well, for a second? For a
oh
second.
wait, you mean flip one of your takes or like flip where we're talking?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not changing a take I had in the past, but what I'm saying is, like, if the WNBA wants respect and these players want respect and they want to be held to this high standard. We can't have like Angel Reese goes off
No.
and
Yeah,
it's a 13-point fucking stinker.
well, they say that the Sky win by 48 points, and that Angel Reese goes off after going to the Met Gala and showing her wide ass eyeballs.
Well, it's like she makes a comment like I slayed on the court and then I slayed at the Met Gala. It's like slaying in the WNBA is 13 points. To me, like that's disrespect. Like
Mike,
have some respect for yourselves.
Mike,
At least drop a 20 burger.
Mikey,
What?
this is the preseason. They have a preseason? Who the fuck gave the WNBA a preseason, dude? You gotta be kidding me right now, dude. You gotta be kidding me.
Are they
Gotta be kidding me.
Are they talking shit about their preseason
We're
numbers?
talking about practice.
Are
What
we
the fuck? Who gave them a preseason? We don't
Are
need
we-
a preseason.
No, everybody needs a preseason. Stop it.
There's no season.
No, that's a corny joke. Everybody needs a preseason. But I'm saying
For what?
I thought, dude, I get it. They're not important to us, but they still need a preseason. Everything gets a preseason. Everything. I mean,
No,
high
they call it
high school sports get preseason games. Either way, what I'm saying is,
I don't get it.
why are people flexing 13-point preseason performances?
Yeah,
What are
when
we
the team
doing
won,
here?
the team won by 50.
Like,
She dropped 13.
let's have some standards. Let's have them start averaging some 20 burgers, maybe some 20 and 7s. 20 and 7. Give me like a 20 and 7. Give me like a 27-5.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Give me like that line for the year. And then we can start talking about slaying on the court because I mean, I don't know. You gotta think deep down inside, even they know, like, bro, like I can get more than 13 points. Like that ain't slaying. I hope. I really fucking hope so. But let's talk
I
about
just want to
something.
see what her other teammates dropped on the court.
I don't know. Speaking of dropping things on the court, this has nothing to do with that, but I had no way to segue. Colin Cowherd is a weirdo.
I think I've said that my entire life.
Colin
There's no one I
Cowherd,
hate more than Colin. I think he is the worst sports reporter of all time. I think he is.
I mean, so I saw this thing where he was talking about JJ Redick and how JJ Redick might possibly be a head coach. And JJ Redick had a backwards hat on. And Colin Cowherd apparently believes that certain people shouldn't wear a backwards hat in certain settings. Like he doesn't like when quarterbacks wear backwards hats during conferences during the week or like all this shit. He's a weirdo. He said that JJ Redick, he looks like he's about to move his couch, not coach an NBA basketball team, which I mean doesn't make much sense. But I mean, I think Colin Cowherd looks like a cop that turns his body cam off.
He is.
I think Cowherd.
And then, but he's always talking about how he's not racist.
I think Colin Cowherd looks like a creepy gym teacher that really insists on teaching the sex ed class.
No, he doesn't insist on teaching it.
I think Colin Cowherd looks like ketchup might be just like a little too spicy for him. Like just a little too much of a kick. I think Colin Cowherd, after a few too many drinks, defends Kyle Rittenhouse way too hard.
That's one of them, brother.
I keep going. However you think. I think
Colin Cowherd touch got him.
All right.
Certified.
There's not even a time here. Colin Cowherd, I don't know. Talking about like it is 2024. You wear a backwards hat. I mean, it's
I
like
don't even know what that means.
Okay, I'm not. Look, I give people benefit of the doubt, but if you are offended by a backwards hat, it's like you're definitely like racist. You definitely.
No, he's probably racist.
No, if you look,
I think he is a racist.
If you look at somebody that has a backwards hat on, you're like, look at him.
Hoodlum.
Look at that hoodlum. Like, yeah, it's like I
Yeah, Hoodlum.
could only imagine what the fuck else is said by something like
Dude,
that.
every day he's telling guys to wear just fucking put on a belt.
He's telling you
Put on a
to
belt, you fucking hoodlums.
he's telling you to wear your hat the right way, and he's also making sure he calls Lamar Jackson not quarterbacky enough. So
Yeah.
whatever
And
that means.
his skin complexion
So I wonder how he really feels about Lamar Jackson.
is
I
too
would love
dark.
to know. I would love to know how he feels about him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. He was also the guy who said that Zach Wilson would be fucking phenomenal. There's a whole YouTube compilation. Please, someone go watch it. No one shits on him enough because he talks the most shit. He loved Josh Rose. I love Josh Rose.
Sam
Josh Rose
Darnold.
Sam Darnold is one of the best picks ever.
See, but I
He
mean,
is
if
a certified jackass.
20 years from now, if we did this for the next 20 years, we're gonna have a compilation of us saying the dumbest shit.
No, but here's the thing. I hope you don't. I don't. This isn't. He's dead serious. He will. His entire life falls on whether he is right. He will place bets on the fact that Josh Rosen will be the best quarterback in the league. Sometimes I make takes that I think make a lot of sense. Sometimes words come out of my mouth and they don't.
See,
but we're here to talk about sports.
Our show is to discuss what's going on mostly in the sports world.
Yeah.
We'll have takes, and if we're right, we're right. We'll come on and be like, we were right. It's cool. I was right. It's cool. If we were wrong, it's like
we don't address it.
I was dumb. No, it's like I was
no.
dumb. Devin, you're a fucking idiot. Like whatever it is, it's like we were dumb. But it's like I don't know when
Coward will be wrong and then come on and be like, no, I wasn't wrong. It's not what I said.
A sports show, it's like that's kind of what you have to be is right. Like you have to be right.
But I also feel very bad for the poor lady who sits next to him the whole time. And he just yells at her face. It's always like some pretty cute chick. And he's like, I fucking hate LeBron James. And she's like, what are you talking? Well, okay, Colin.
See, but that's the thing,
You're just
bro.
holding these ladies hostage.
We keep talking about these guys it's the guys that just talk to themselves at one camera that doesn't have like a co-host. Like these guys need co-hosts. They're too full of themselves. They need someone to talk them down a little bit.
You know who's underrated? Who no one talks about? Who I've been watching since I was probably fucking 7 years old.
Ooh, now I really want to guess. Is this a sports entertainer?
It's a sport show.
Sports media?
But I'm gonna be honest, I haven't listened to them in probably like I've seen them and I've heard the things that come out of their mouth. I don't know what they say. I don't know what they're about.
Who? All right, just tell me. I'm not gonna guess.
The PTI guys. Michael Wilbon and the other old white dude. They come on at like fucking 5:00 and they do a rundown. They have that rundown thing on the right side of the screen.
PM?
Huh?
PM, AM?
PM.
On what, like NFL Network?
No, on ESPN. They've been on ESPN for like 20 years.
I was never a big just like having ESPN on. I was more of an NFL Network because like majority I wanted football.
Oh no, I was watching baseball.
See,
I was watching baseball highlights. I was watching soccer highlights.
That's why you're a problem.
What? Baseball and soccer are cool. I'm kidding. Soccer sucks. I have a problem. I got a real problem.
I have a problem with what you just said.
No, baseball's awesome. Soccer fucking blows more chunks than anyone's ever seen in their life. I have a mad problem. And I want to know if there's any fucking dumb British people listening to this. I want to know what the fuck you losers call fucking American football or football. What do you guys call? Because some fucking jackass from fucking London town said that him and all his fucking blokes call football handegg.
Oh.
Handegg. He called it handegg. I almost killed this man. In a public area, I almost fucking shoved a bunch of fish and chips down some fucking fat Brit's face.
I mean, I heard handball.
What the fuck is hand egg?
Hand egg. I've seen that before. I've
never seen that out.
Never heard somebody actually say it. Was he kidding?
No. I wanted
Okay.
to kill him. I got upset.
That's
I got
I mean,
upset.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I mean, we call their fucking favorite sport something they don't call it. They
No, they call
call
it that.
they call one of our favorite
But
sports,
here's the thing.
but they
It's only
don't.
the British who call it football. The rest of the world calls it soccer. Like Australians call it soccer.
I don't
They
know if
speak
you're
the
right
same
on that.
fucking language that the British people do.
I
Australians
don't.
call it soccer.
Well, no. I'm saying the whole entire
Well, they
world. I
all
don't
have
think.
different languages, so I don't know.
I think a lot of it is like football.
Maybe.
I don't
What?
think it's just like
There's other places in the world. It's not just us.
like
No one's ever called it hand egg.
like Mexico. It's not soccer.
It's football.
It's football. Yeah, you're dumb for you. Yeah, redact that.
I'm not redacting shit. I
You have
said
to.
it.
You just said everywhere in the world calls it soccer except for England.
Yeah.
That's
Everywhere I've been.
bullshit. That's
Everywhere I've been.
bullshit.
I've only been in this fucking country. We all call it soccer, you bunch of cunts.
No, we do. We do call it soccer.
And
Speaking
we're
of
not allowed to say the
sports,
C word.
speaking of things that don't matter at all, can we talk about Austin Reeves saying something that I don't know if you agree with or disagree with? Do you know? Have you heard what he said?
No, I don't listen to white people who play basketball.
Austin Reeves, or excuse me, Austin Rivers.
Oh, yeah. No, of course I know about that. I hate Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers sucks. Does he realize that he's only in the NBA because Pops and then his sister got cheated on by Paul George?
Yeah, I
Fuck
think
Austin Rivers, dude.
I think I stayed out of that family tree or that
No,
saga.
PG cheated on Doc Rivers' daughter.
Sick.
Just
Uh,
happened.
okay, cool. But no, so Austin Rivers, he came
Yes.
out and said that he could take 30 NBA players
Yes.
and put them in the NFL, and
Currently.
you can't do the opposite.
The opposite.
You can't take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA. And then JJ Watt chimed in and said, "Well, you don't have a job in either, so give it a
That's awesome.
why don't you give it a try?" Which
That's awesome.
is hilarious.
That's so fun.
I'll give it to
You know,
him.
that would be funny to see Austin Rivers try to go play football.
Now, let's talk about it.
Do we have to? Because I don't know where
No,
I
no,
stand.
no. Two things. I want to figure it out. I want to figure it out, like where you stand and where I truly stand, because I think I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
First thing, can you take NBA players and put them in the NFL? Yes.
Yes.
There are 30 NBA players athletic enough to go play in the NFL. Way more. But if you want
Sure.
to take 30, yeah, you could find 30 of the most athletic NBA players and put them in the NFL.
They're also huge.
Now, can you do the opposite? Can you put NFL players in the NBA?
Tony Gonzalez.
I
Who's
think
that tight ends?
I
Jimmy
think
Graham.
Antonio Gates. I think hands fucking down, you can do the opposite. I mean, first of all, here's the thing. A lot of people that play football like to hoop. A lot of people that hoop don't play football. You know what I mean?
No.
Like a lot of people that play football, like
A lot of people who play basketball get hit by cars on their bikes. They're not really playing sports.
Let's not do that. But what I'm saying is like, and I know this might not be a large percentage, but there were a lot of people that probably played both sports and went
A lot of yeah.
And one of them, and look, I know this from not personal experience, but just watching it happen. I've seen guys get hit really, really hard, and then they're all of a sudden they have a brand new favorite sport. You know?
Yes.
Like I've seen guys get hit, and all of a sudden they want to play basketball a lot more than they wanted to play football.
Yes.
But
okay. Let's set another thing straight. The 30 best, or like 30 guys from the NBA and 30 guys from the NFL, like if we're switching, there's probably not going to be one of them who is a top player in the league.
in both.
Like there's not going to be like if you take 30 NBA guys and you put them in the NFL,
Yeah.
28 aren't going to be the best in the league. 28 aren't going to be Pro Bowlers.
I mean, let's be real. You're gonna get really good linemen if you get like huge centers. You
But
get
you got
like,
to eat.
huh?
They got to eat.
I'm talking about like Jokic.
That boy's still small for if he was a football
He's
player.
7 foot tall though. He can
That
fucking.
is true.
He'll be able to block fucking 6'4" Chop Robinson or whoever the fuck's coming off the edge.
He's also never lifted a weight in his life.
Either way, what I'm saying is you're getting that, and then like you're getting point guards, but we're talking like, these point guards are still 6'3" to 6'5".
Which
Where
is
are you putting? So
very tall for the NBA.
so
For
are
the NFL.
all these players just going to be receivers or tight ends?
Yeah, that's
Because
the
you can
whole.
take a lot more NFL players and put them 1 through 4, let's say.
Yeah, you're not
Once you get to
confined.
5s, it's a little OD. But
Yeah. Well, because fucking 15% of the 7-footers are in the NBA, 10% or something.
I mean, there's that. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I think when it comes to, and there's a lot to take in for, when you're having this argument. If we're talking the physicality in it, the NBA players are fucked,
They're all fucked.
and that's
Like I
not
just looked at a picture of Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray, if he gets hit once, he's done.
like,
And it's not because if he had trained for it his whole life, he would be able to do it. But the fact that he's not trained for that, he's not taking every week.
Austin Rivers didn't say if I got 30 players to go back in time and train to play in the NFL instead of the NBA, they'd be good. He didn't say that. He said he could take 30 and
guys.
put them. So yes, they're not accustomed to getting hit in the NFL. Like there's no.
To be honest, there's not a lot of them who are built like that.
And then you got to look at other things.
Brandon Ingram will be a pile of mashed potatoes if he plays in the fucking league. He's done.
You got to also consider the fact that it's like when it comes to in-game, when it comes to in games, Zion's tearing his ACL the first drive. When it comes to when it comes to in game, you got to be a lot more disciplined on the field.
Yeah.
Like there's not okay, I'm not gonna like I'll give it to you. There are some NBA teams, they had that clip of like LeBron drawing up a play and everybody's like, oh my God. It's like, look, you draw a couple circles, you go here, you go here.
But everyone uses that argument. Like when they're talking about NBA players, they're like, LeBron was a fucking 4-star recruit for football or whatever. It's like, that's fucking LeBron James. He's probably top 4 athletes of all time.
LeBron could have been a 5-star recruit in any sport. But
6'9" and the best athlete anyone's ever seen.
Like to be able to remember all these plays, all these formations.
Yeah.
I just watched a video earlier. I'm so glad this throwback popped up. It was Draymond when he was at Michigan State playing tight end.
Playing tight end, yeah.
Like he didn't even know. Like he couldn't even. I mean, he wasn't even disciplined enough to know the cadence.
No, yeah, I was just about to bring up Draymond.
So it's like and you know what? That would be a prime example. Like take someone like Draymond Green, he'd be a great tight end. It's like, would he?
Clearly not.
It's like maybe, but we can't even get the fucking. It's a false start every time he lines up.
It's a different world. I mean, in the NBA, like, there's a few crucial possessions each game.
Yeah.
And I guess you can say every possession is crucial. But in the NFL, every snap, every movement is a crucial fucking play. Especially like that back half of the game. Like it's a lot. It's a lot being an NFL player. It takes a fucking life's worth of training.
Every quarterback could go be a guard.
Yeah.
Not every, but I mean,
shoot.
whatever quarterbacks you're taking, if we're talking like in the athletic pool.
Yeah.
Like maybe not fucking like Mac Jones isn't.
I mean, we also have to think that like the NBA is very hard to get into. Yeah. Like they have a 2-round draft, and we hear about maybe 4 guys ever.
But the the it's harder to get into. It's more rare to be in just because of the amount that's
But
in every year.
well, and there's also 12 guys on a team, maybe
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot more players that funnel through the NFL yearly than the NBA.
by millions, not millions, but
Well,
by a lot.
God damn, you in millions today.
I don't
Everything
know.
is just millions.
Well, everything's got to be exaggerated, you know?
Millions. Exaggerated. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. I'm Big Mac and everything today, brother.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what made Austin Rivers say that. I don't know what made him come out and
You want to hear something?
what's up?
He will soon be starting a podcast. Mark my words, brother.
You know what's funny?
Mark my words.
I bet you he already has one,
He probably already has.
and we don't even know it. I bet you he already
Well, let's
has
not give
one,
him any clicks, but I'm going to look it up.
and we don't even know it. But I mean,
Also, I heard him speak on Pat McAfee. He sounds very stupid.
Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers, yeah. I mean, Doc is pretty stupid, so makes perfect
Doc's an
sense.
absolute jackass. Austin Rivers doesn't have a podcast yet, but he's no longer in the league, so that should be coming soon.
No, he's not. He's not. And then, yeah, like JJ said, he said, you don't have a job in either. If you want to give it a try, go ahead. Try it out.
Who said that?
JJ Watt.
Yes, JJ Watt. Yes.
JJ Watt. Who it's like, I don't know.
Imagine Austin Rivers getting hit by JJ Watt. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be a problem. It'd be a problem. It'd be a problem. Oh my God. I did see one comment. I saw one comment, and I would love to know how you feel about it because I'll tell you how I felt about it in a second. Not top comment, but one of the comments on there, with a lot of replies. It was a baseball players beat both. Y'all just not ready to have that convo.
I'm sorry. That really sucks for the whole world. I'm going to be completely honest. There's 750 guys in the MLB. Not one of them would make the NBA. I can guarantee not one. Maybe a few NFL players we could make. I mean, Kyler was drafted. Russell Wilson was drafted. Tom Brady was drafted.
Yeah.
There's guys who were drafted. Some guys, okay, all of them picked the NFL.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. That it's like, yeah, it's like I got drafted. It's because I'm gonna go be a top NFL quarterback. You guys, of course, you guys would love to have me come play for your baseball team.
Yeah,
it'd be the same way as like if NBA, like imagine if NBA teams could draft players that want to go to the NFL. Like, hey, just in case you don't want to go to the NFL, it's like if you want to like come play with us. Like, imagine if every league could do that. Like
that's
with every sport.
That's what the MLB is for.
It's a backup.
They're like, hey,
that's the thing. Honestly, it's the backup sport for when you're not athletic enough to play.
You could make $500,000 and then $80,000 and play minor leagues, or you could get drafted with a $30 million signing bonus and then go be the most famous guy on the planet.
Some of the best athletes of all time got so bored of their sport that they played that they went and just took like an easy break to play baseball.
Deion Sanders said it was the hardest sport he's ever played.
Deion said the hardest thing to do is put that bat on the ball. And
Deion now says that the hardest thing to do is put his fucking socks on. That's a struggle, brother.
See, but Deion Sanders going, is it anything that you can, that if you do 3 out of 10 times, you're considered great? Man, that's hard to do. It's like, okay, but like
now you're breaking it down to about a middle school level, maybe. That was the elementary school.
Yeah.
Like when I would play baseball and I'd be like, everyone's like, baseball fucking sucks. I'd be like, dude, we don't hit the ball that much, so we're pretty good at it. You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of not how the game works. It's a static game that's hard, but that's it.
And then Deion to in some way pretend like baseball is harder than, mind you, what most people say is to play like one of the hardest positions in the NFL, corner.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
He's
like
like,
stop it.
oh.
Like you know what the hardest thing was to do, and that was fucking playing football.
Now, Dion wasn't very good. I mean, he was fast, so he stole some bases, but he wasn't very good at baseball. But
Dion also walked back his tweets. He said he
what a
had to.
fucking bitch he was,
He
dude.
said
He
he
said,
had to.
I gotta act better, but I was bored.
Yeah, he said I got to do better, but I was bored. So
What does
what?
that even mean? So, are you apologizing, or were you bored?
Yeah, so were you bored
So
and
you
you?
talking shit to one of your former players is boredom? Then what the fuck are you doing?
It's like don't
What are
y'all
you
got
bored from? You're supposed to be building the best team in the country. You're bored?
don't don't y'all got spring training or some shit? Like
Don't you got
what?
something to do? Dion has better things to do. Shouldn't be bored. That wasn't a boredom situation. That was him trying to prove a point. That was
Yeah,
him trying to be cool. That was not boredom.
yeah. No, someone's talking
All
shit
you had
about.
to do was say, I got to be better. End of conversation. Or say, fuck them kids. I'm a psycho. I don't give a fuck who leaves my school. We
And
still suck.
then someone was like, I see a lot of people that were like, it's okay, Dion, to protect your child. And we all understand. It's like, no,
No
you
one
are
understands.
you're not allowed to be that emotional because you're the head coach.
Yeah.
It's like, let's be real. At the end of the
If
day,
he was a parent of Shador, not coaching Shador, say whatever you want about Shador.
yeah,
LeVar Ball situation.
Odell's dad.
Odell's pops. LeBron James. And then Dion's going to come out and say, yo, quit putting pressure on Bronny. He can't handle all the pressure.
He said that.
Hey, he's been saying that forever.
I don't remember him saying
He
that.
said, man, that's a kid. He said, that is a kid. You can't be putting no pressure on a kid like that to be his pops. You expect him to be his pops. He ain't his pops. He ain't going to be.
Is that not exactly the same situation he said?
100% the same situation.
You
He
got to
wants
be
his son to
joking.
be
There's no way he said
on a
that
podcast.
sentence.
He
There's
has a
no way.
beard.
There's no
It's
way.
honestly verbatim. I'll pull it up right now.
Verbatim was, y'all can't put that much pressure on him. Y'all are expecting him to be like his dad. That,
Y'all expecting him to be like his pops, and he not.
I mean, that is side by side the same exact thing that is going on with him and Shador. But okay, sure.
Here, listen.
Are you
I
playing?
can see and see the pressure. I can see it because I got boys, man, and I can see it. And when he steps out there, they want to see the daddy, right? They want to see the daddy. They ain't checking for Bronny. They want to see the daddy, and Bronny is coming. He may not get there as quick as his father arrived, right, but he's coming. Mm-hmm. And one thing about my kids, and you guys do have not the same, I've seen this. I told my kids,
I think so, yeah.
You don't have to be me, man, but I need you to be the best you. That's it. You could be. That's my deal with my shorties. You can't be.
Shut God the fuck up.
Did he just say he said that they just have to be the best you?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he's putting pressure on Shador to be the first overall pick next year.
It's 100% what's that.
What the fuck is going on? Dude, so people just lie to themselves. Like, that's what the world really is.
Dion literally walks around and then contradicts everything he's ever said. On purpose. I don't know why he does. He just speaks and then just said, I don't get one fucking word that this motherfucker says. I hate him.
It just it makes zero sense. Let's talk last topic. We talked about this last episode, but then I went and did a little deeper dive to see, how maybe some reporters felt about it, how certain websites felt about it. And apparently a lot of people are interested in coming up with possible landing spots for Russell Westbrook.
Are they?
Yeah. So I got some teams for you. I got some landing spots for you. We're going to talk about them, and we're going to see. Honestly, by the end of this, I want to pick the top landing spot. That's what I want to do. But I guess starting off with
what about the NFL?
No NFL, but he would be a great running back or strong safety.
He's like a Cam Chancellor. He's 6'4". He got shoulders. He's got probably the thickest neck in the league.
I wouldn't
Pause.
say all that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably a pause moment there. But
Uh-oh.
so I guess
Like
so
my brother's show.
before I name any teams, I guess we should remind people that I guess what we'd be looking forward to from Russ in the future and what the goal would be to like how would I enjoy watching him play for another team? It'd be to
Yeah.
just what you could get, like what he can get, how he can get the most out of his personal success.
Yes.
His best, the best stat
So
line
we're
he
not
could.
looking at championships.
We're not looking at.
We could be.
We're not looking at making it to the fucking playoffs, dude.
Really.
Like I don't care. I mean, I will say he showed up to DC and like, brought those
Actually,
fuckers to the playoffs and
he said.
is in the playoffs every year. So I mean, like, I will give it to him. I'll be like, obviously, I'll hype it up, but when it's like, if I know, like, hey, like I know Russ and team, input team here is in the playoffs. I know they're not gonna make it all the way
Agreed.
from just what I've seen. I mean, history seems to
Yeah,
have
I don't
repeated
know what, but
itself.
I also don't know what the potential landing spots are.
Well, let me name a few. I got five for you. So first one I saw a lot was one that definitely falls in the category of maybe not winning a lot, but it's Utah. Now
Uh, uh, I didn't even think about that. I forgot they were a franchise actually after they changed their uniform.
a big thing with this and a lot of these teams is just who Russ gets to play with and just how that helps him and them. So I mean, he's going to Utah. He's going to be able to run. My
Laurie,
biggest, yeah, my biggest thing is the bigs Russ gets to run with. He gets to run with Laurie Markin. He gets to run with John Collins, and then he also Jordan Clarkson on the side.
what
You know,
happened to Colin Sexton? Where's he? How many years behind am I in the league? He's on the Jazz. I'm correct.
yeah. I mean, he's there. It's just, that'd be more of they'd be splitting time at point guard. I
I'm just
imagine.
saying. 'Cause I know. I didn't even know he was a point guard.
But yeah, I mean, that's something Russ could work with. Are they winning a
But
bunch of fucking games?
well, here's the. I don't think they're a team that will suck. I think that they had a great start to the season, and I think that their team, their ownership, fucked them. Uh, Traded away somebody. No, well, that was years ago.
Do
Traded
your
away Donovan.
math. I would say.
But I don't know. They had a shot early in the year. They began sucking. I don't think they're that bad of a team. Laurie's a big piece. He's a great player. I think Russ could be a fucking nice piece with that team. I don't hate it. I like it.
Memphis.
No, thank you.
Okay, I mean, here.
I
Can
mean,
I
I don't
can I
know what.
spit? Can I spit something to you? Can I spit? Let me spit something to you
Whoa,
real quick.
hey, watch that. Watch that S word.
Jaw, jaw relief.
Uh, Maybe some jaw coaching.
Sh- sh- sure, whatever. I don't really care. There.
Make sure he stops wearing his hat
I
backwards.
don't. I don't. Yeah, yeah. Turn your fucking hat around. But no, I'm saying you get jaw. You give Jaw rest and get who gets to come in for Ja Morant? Russell fucking Westbrook. Russell
Yeah,
Westbrook.
not bad.
Pair him with Marcus Smart and let Marcus Smart deal with whatever heavier defensive load. Whatever you have to whatever guard is going to be harder to guard. Whatever guard will be harder to guard. Um, Let Marcus Smart deal with him. He can run with Jaren Jackson Jr. when we're talking about bigs he gets to work with.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
No.
I don't hate it. I
I
don't
mean, he
know.
wouldn't get. I feel like he'd get more shine on the Jazz. Wait, hold up. He was traded to the Jazz, motherfucker.
Say that again.
He was traded to the Jazz.
Who was?
Russell Westbrook. You don't remember that?
What are you talking about?
He was traded from the Lakers to the Jazz,
Yeah, but
and
it
then
was.
immediately dropped and sent.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't like he was never on the Jazz
No,
though.
but
Yeah,
he
he
was
was never.
involved in the trade where he was sent to the Jazz.
Yeah, he was never really on the Jazz. But Miami.
I don't hate it if they plan on keeping that team together, or if not. I mean, I still think that's not a bad option.
So
What about the Warriors when they fall apart? But yeah,
So
Miami's cool.
the problem with Miami is just like, okay, I hear a lot of people gas it up and I get it. But at the same time, to me, if like Russ is the primary ball handler in Miami, if you can figure that spacing out, we're talking he's looking over at Jimmy, Tyler Hero,
Bam,
be able to work with Bam.
bam, bam.
If you can figure that spacing out, because you're not getting the best, like you're gonna have good shooters on Miami's roster. When we're talking at a time on the court, I feel like it's gonna like it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tricky.
Yeah, but I mean, it gives that whole Heat team kind of the freedom to shoot, take over.
Yeah, I mean, I
Because
guess
when
that.
because when Russ was coming off the bench, I feel like a lot of times he was kind of expected to shoot, or if he was on certain teams, he was expected to shoot. When he was on the Thunder, when he was the MVP, he was expected to shoot a lot, and he
Well,
did, and he was good at it. But
the problem with the Clippers is it was told to us as Russ is going to come with the second unit and lead them, and then
yeah,
he started getting treated as like you're going to come off the bench and just be a scorer, and it's like you're
yeah,
not that.
yeah, no,
It's like that's not the best
no.
way to utilize
But
Russell
I
Westbrook.
think he could come with Miami's first unit, because they don't have a point guard. Well, I don't know, do they?
What's his name? Who they traded for? Fucking
Rozier,
yeah.
um,
Um,
mid.
I mean, like, I mean, if that's
But here's the thing:
Tyler
getting Russ,
Hero bring the ball down. I
sure,
mean,
getting Russ. No offense, right now is basically free.
yeah,
I think that the Miami Heat, if they bring on Russ and an actual piece, maybe a big or a shooter, either one, because Bam's just a little bit too small to take on some of these 7-footers, some of these behemoths in this
for
league.
me, it's not even be well. It's being too small, and I've always said this, but it's because he's so small and hasn't been able to develop enough skill with putting the ball on the court.
Offensively, yeah.
It's like, yeah, if you had like a if
If you get a
Bam
bag,
if Bam could get himself like a crazy offensive bag,
well, Bam shows like signs of greatness where he'll drop. Well, at least a few years ago, well, he'll like score a shit ton of points.
scoring, yeah, but I'm saying like if you can really upgrade that ball handle and that 3-point shot, get a little more like a mini cat, like a mini
Yep.
a mini cat.
Maybe
That's
get a
all
fadeaway. Get something that works for him where he can put up 25 points plus a game.
But if you're going to do that, yeah, you have to find a big. And also, if you're going to keep that team together, why not Russ? Maybe Russ wants to go out in style with a former college teammate in Kevin Love.
UCLA, K
Mm-hmm.
Love.
Maybe
No
he's
way.
like, fuck it, I'll play a year with K Love.
I don't know if I don't know why K Love is around anymore, but
Did we not
I
talk?
hope that's not a
Did
factor
we?
in
But I mean,
Russ there.
Kevin Love being in
I
the
really hope it's
NBA.
not.
Kevin Love, you said you hope what?
I hope that's not like a reason like that this pairing would be good. Is that Kevin
I
Love
don't
and
know
Russ?
when you're picking places because it's like, oh, I want to live there. To me, that's the same as like I want to play with him.
Yeah, I know, but he gets to live in Miami.
Yeah, yeah. He
And
gets to
he
live.
gets to hang out with some weird tall white guy who used to be able to good shoot at threes.
You got Florida
Good shooter at
taxes.
threes.
You got Florida taxes, and then you got California taxes.
Yeah, brother.
But no,
He's born and raised California.
I like it to Miami. I like him to Miami. Now, one that I kept seeing, Devin, that I don't, I personally wouldn't want, but a lot of people I've seen say it for some reason, and I'm shocked.
76ers.
No, It's a team that really, really needed a primary ball handler this season. Really could have benefited from one.
Dwight Howard?
Come on.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, fucking Christ.
I didn't mean to say that. That was Colin Cowherd coming out of me. I didn't mean that was Shaq. Shaq said that. I'm sorry.
There you go. You made up for it. You made up for it. Thank you. Oh God. Just the dry Dwight Howard. I was like, God, people are gonna come for you.
Dude, everybody loves Dwight Howard, you know?
Yeah, he's cool. But
Baby
no,
boy.
the Suns.
I don't hate that.
Look, if the beef's
Let him,
over,
let him be the Chris Paul, man.
here's the problem though, bro. They were just talking shit to each other last year.
They were.
Shit, was it
He
not
can't
this?
go play KD again.
Was it not this year when KD was like?
Well, he was a Clipper.
But I'm saying, was it not this season when he was like, "You're on the bench," and KD's like, and Russ is like, "Fuck you," like, "What's up?" Like, yeah, I'm on
that
the
was
bench.
Clipper.
Was
I
that
also
not this
watched
season?
the compilation. That was this season. Was Russ a Clipper last year?
Russ
End of the
got traded.
Yeah, midseason.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
It could have been this year or last year. I don't know. But there's also, I saw a compilation of fucking Russ just yelling. He loves confronting fans. And it was like, Russ, you're a bitch. He's like, fuck you, say? Say it to my face. It's like, Russ, you're not going to go out there and fight these people. Stop yelling at old white people who called you a bitch.
Here's the thing about Russell Westbrook.
We know you're not a bitch. And I know that you want to fight them.
Here's the thing about Russell
White people,
Westbrook.
they're dumb.
Here's the thing about Russell Westbrook. I don't think okay, here's what makes you look weird. Throwing a ball at somebody's face. That makes you look like a weirdo.
A woman's face.
When Russell Westbrook,
he got suspended 4 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, all 4 games he wasn't gonna play.
Well, I think it's for next year.
Huh?
It's for next year. So it's if he's on a fucking team.
No, I know. So yeah, like when the Bucks are like,
oh no, first 4 games of the regular season you can't play. We're fucked.
Patrick Beverly, dude, he won't be on a team next year.
He will.
Maybe they suspend him from his podcast.
He'll be on a team, bro. He'll be on a team.
Take away his
same
phone.
reason, like when you were like, "Why is Kevin Love in Miami?" It's like, bro, you just talked about how tight knit the NBA is, like, and how there's not many people that funnel through it. It's because a lot of them stay and play forever. Look at like
true.
Al Horford or Udonis Haslem. Like these motherfuckers just stay around forever.
Yeah. Udonis Haslem was taking up a roster spot for no good
reason.
20 years.
Or someone like a JJ Barea. Jared Dudley. Like, it's like, what are these guys doing?
Dude, no, Dudley really thought he was a hooper there for a little bit when he was in net.
Dude, the Nets, dude,
started throwing balls at Ben Simmons. Mm-hmm. He thought he was hooping. That dumb fucking headband.
With the Sun, but the fan thing, Russ just wasn't afraid. He wasn't. To me, I didn't take it as like he tried to fight fans. Dude, fans would be like, "Oh, Westbrook," and he'd turn around and be like, "What? Was that you?" And then it'd be like, "Oh,
dude, every time."
Oh no, yeah, maybe.
None of them want the smoke.
And it's like,
if you're gonna say shit like that, take on the smoke.
It's the same thing as, I mean, shit. We've seen clips of like LeBron being like, "Throw him out. He said something mean. He needs to leave."
Oh, they did that. They kicked like that white family out, like that white couple, and they're like, "We didn't say anything."
They probably did.
Like, they called me the N-word. They're like, "Yeah, we heard it." They said the N-word.
Is that not what Patrick Beverly said?
Well, Pat Bevs, he didn't say that they called him the N-word. He said that they said something that was inexcusable or something that was that crossed the line, crossed the boundary.
Oh, so he pulled the Draymond. Some things you just don't say to another man.
Some things you just don't say to another man, you know.
So
he threw a basketball at their face.
Some things that women shouldn't say to men and just get their ass beat by a basketball. But
Bev couldn't reach to punch him in his face to Superman punch Jordan Poole, so he had to yuck a basketball twice at a human's face.
The Suns, though, I'm not gonna lie, replace, and I hate to say it, replace him with Beal. Beal can go play somewhere else. Beal can go be a shooter somewhere else. Let
on the Heat.
The Heat. Let Beal go play with like shit. I don't know.
The
I don't know.
Mavs,
I don't know where bro can go. Um,
the Lakers,
Bradley Beal
the
could go to
Pelicans,
Bradley Beal could go to a lot of places.
the
You're absolutely right.
Pelicans, the Warriors.
We'll replace him with Beal, and he has the ball coming down the court. Russell Westbrook has the ball coming down the court, and he can work with KD and Book.
As long as Russ stops shooting.
Look, I'll never say Russell Westbrook should stop shooting the basketball.
No. But
But it's Russell Westbrook's fucking decision making that just confuses the shit out of
take
me.
on a role where you're not shooting that much.
Bro, I get it. I'm not in the NBA. I don't have a bunch of assists. I don't have triple doubles. I know that Russ is smart and has a great IQ.
Yeah.
But when you watch some of the plays he makes, I've watched a lot of Russell Westbrook. I've watched a lot of Russell Westbrook.
More than most.
I've seen him make some of the most impossible shots, pull some of the clutchest shots, make some of the best plays I've ever seen, make some of the best passes I've ever seen. And then I have also seen him fumble that ball, turn that ball over like there's no fucking tomorrow. And it's like he does not give a shit. And it's almost like he plays like a fuck it style. Like he's like Josh Allen. Like fuck it, bro. Like it's gonna go.
Then he always has an excuse.
It's gonna go. What's the excuse?
Not an excuse, but it's always like I was doing what I had to do, but it's like
I mean it's
we know that you're in the heat of the game. Pick your head up, slow it down, make a pass.
He plays at 100 miles per hour.
He plays it every single play.
He plays at his pace all the time, but sometimes it's not needed to be at that pace, you know?
Too much pace for them.
Too much pace.
Actually, too much.
And the last team, and there's really only one player that had me interested in this. It's if he went and played with San Antonio. It'd be the Russ and Wemby show.
Dr. Wembanama.
It'd be 10 lobs a game. It just Russ, you know.
Is it even
around.
a lob?
I mean, I guess you don't even really have to lob it. He can kind of just
you know what they could do.
Tip it.
Wemby's there boxing out. Russ is just throwing up threes. Everyone Russ misses, Wemby snag. See,
that's another thing.
3 of them go in. 9 points.
That's another thing, though. Russ can take more dumb shots or more contested shots if he wants to, because
he's got the best rebounder in the league. He's got the rookie of the year.
Wemby can just be there, just rebounding. You're right. He could just be rebounding everything.
Wemby also clearly had the better defensive stats, but there's a guy named Rupi Gobert.
But out of these 5 teams, and I mean, if there's another team,
I'm Finch. Rupi Gobert.
If there's even a better team that you think are better than any of these 5, you tell me. But if not, out of these 5, who would you like to see sign Russ?
I like the Heat. Don't think he'll team up with Kevin Durant. I think they've pretty much split that friendship up. I do like the Spurs. I think that's a slightly less.
I think Spurs. I don't look.
Spurs is going to be testy because he's going to be used as the scapegoat when Victor sucks.
And I also don't know how he could click really well with Pop, or they could butt heads. I don't know.
They could butt heads.
Bros. I don't know. That's the thing. He could I'm sure there's respect both ways, but at this point, at this stage in Russ's career,
we don't know who he's got beef with.
Or just I'm saying the way Russ is going in his career and the way the Spurs are going, it's I just don't know if this would be the best time to.
It's kind of like a flip. I think that the Heat and Russ are kind of they only got so much time left with this setup to do something. And the Spurs are looking at the next fucking 5 years of basketball. Wemby's 20 years old. Jimmy's not.
The thing about Miami was if they get Dame, it's over. If they get Dame, that's the piece that really puts them over the edge.
Well, a better team than the Heat got Dame, and
had he not gotten hurt, we all know Milwaukee was going to win that series. Or if the,
Had Giannis not gotten
if
hurt.
Milwaukee was healthy, they were going to win that series.
Yeah.
I have full confidence they're going to run it back next year. But
I-
I will say that once again, Russ is my favorite player of all time. He's the reason I even enjoy watching basketball at this point, or he's the reason he made me want to watch basketball. But he's not at this point. He's not what Dame can bring to Miami.
But we're also talking about Russ in like a starting role.
Exactly.
There's also a big possibility that he could play on any team in a bench role.
He could be. If Russell Westbrook is your six man, then you have one of the best six mans in the league.
Yes.
Any
Not,
player like
not,
that. Nah, it's fucking Reed. Jesus Christ.
How the fuck does he win six man?
Well, I mean, I guess he put up technically put up better numbers. So I mean, hey,
Big bug.
whatever.
Luka put up better numbers than fucking donkey tits.
So Miami over Memphis and Utah.
Memphis could be cool because that's a low cal type of stress level for him, maybe. And then if Ja decides to be dumb again, Russell Westbrook's a starter. So there we go.
See, I don't want that though. I
love watching Ja on the court. I think it was a damn shame. Number one, that he got suspended in the beginning of the year, and then sadly enough got hurt. I think he's probably top 5 most exciting players. And the fact that we're gassing up everybody else in the league and no one's said one. It's all recency bias garbage. That's all ESPN runs on. It's their fucking fuel. Who dropped 40 last night? Put him on the TV for the next 3 weeks.
The best player in the league.
Put him on the Michael Jordan. Fucking look at him. Look at him. Jalen Brunson. He's like Muggsy Bogues on crack. What are we doing? Stop talking about these guys. Let's talk about the guys who matter.
I feel you. So Memphis, I want to see Ja play as much as possible. I want to see him play much as possible. Utah, it's cool on paper, but let's be real. Me as a fan, I get to watch my 2 favorite players on the same team, being Jimmy and Russ.
Yes.
I get to watch my 2 players play together. I get to watch, a roster that I fuck with. I mean, I like, because Jimmy's one of my favorite players. Miami's a team that I follow more than like most teams. Yeah. So I'm more familiar with that roster than say.
I think it's hard not to like Jimmy though. I think a lot of people like Jimmy.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think it's just because he was fucking that ginger lady in the.
I was like, there's bigger Jimmy Butler fans, I'm sure, but like I've been rocking with Jimmy. I've been rocking with Jimmy for a while. I've been rocking with Jimmy.
Yeah.
I fuck with Jimmy, and watching him and Russ play together, it would be fun. I mean, it's not going to be the team that comes out of the East next season. Probably not.
It could be. I don't know.
It's just,
the fucking Knicks are going to come out of the East this year. What the fuck do we know?
But I just don't. I don't want that.
No one wants it. No one wants it.
Oh, please.
I'm going to speak it into existence. There's not one team in the East I genuinely want to see in the finals.
All right, but before we get out of here, I guess let's. Okay, Nuggets, T-Wolves. Who's coming out of it?
Oh shit.
Nuggets, T-Wolves. Who's coming out of it?
T-Wolves. I hate the Nuggies so much, and this is all wishful thinking. I mean, I do think that the T-Wolves have the stuff to do so.
I'll put it to you like this.
And I don't think that Jokic is unguardable.
The winner of game 4 is winning the series.
Winner of game
4. If Minnesota goes up 3-1, they're winning the series. If Denver brings it back 2-2 after falling down 0-2 at home, they're going back home game 5 and going up 3-2.
I think Minnesota will win next. No, they're winning. Mike, I don't even want to talk about it.
We'll see.
I want to see Jokic cry, go pop on his horse in 2 weeks, and then smile. That's all I want to see.
Boston, Cleveland?
Boston's
coming out of there. New York and Indiana?
New York.
Yeah, okay. And then OKC, Dallas.
This is tough. I think this is the toughest one of the bunch.
Look, Dallas could easily be up 2-0 right now. Easily could have been 2-0 right now.
Yeah.
OKC got hot in that second half and in that game in the game one, and they did what they did. Shy dropped a 29-9-9, fucking almost triple double. Like
Yeah.
I said, Luca had a quiet 19-6-9. That's a pretty shitty game for Luca standards. Let's be real.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, they came in the second game. Luca and PJ both dropped 29. They won that game, and Kyrie only got 9. Kyrie got 9 points.
Last game?
Game 2.
Really?
They can show up game 3. We all know Luka's going to take the shots he takes. Kyrie comes back out and fucking scores 20.
Yeah.
Dallas is winning this series.
I would love to see Dallas win. I'm actually very happy for Kyrie. I like Kyrie, and he's doing pretty good. I mean, if we probably go back in these podcasts, there's going to be a lot of me shitting on Kyrie.
Both of us. Both of
from
us.
everybody. I think from the whole world.
It has nothing to do with him. How
His
good he is
him
at
on the
basketball.
court. No one's ever shit on him on the court.
Like
On
it has
the
nothing to do with
maybe
that.
I have. No, I don't think I have. Maybe I mean probably. But no, on the court, he's clearly still one of the best basketball players of all time. He has the deepest bag of any player ever, and is still the best finisher at the rim. 6 foot, 7 foot, 4 foot. Who cares? He's a fucking animal. He's fun to watch. And yeah.
All right. Well, with all that being said, we talked about the 4 series left in the NBA playoffs. We talked possible Russell Westbrook landing spots. What sport would come out on top if you pulled 30 players out and switched them?
Hockey.
Colin Cowherd being a weirdo. Shaq versus Shannon. A lot of shit going on in the sports world. Devin, is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Can we end diss tracks? It's pretty lame. I'm going to be honest. I would much rather watch celebrity boxing matches than have people beef it out over rap battles. Either call the cops, get someone arrested, or shut your fucking mouth.
Okay.
I don't like rap battles.
Okay. You're talking about people that don't rap, right?
Yeah. And the rappers.
No. I'm going to see.
Why are we beefing over a rap?
Now,
talk some real shit.
I'm going to say this. I'm the rap guy on the pod.
Yes.
I'm the music guy on the pod. Shit. I make my own music. I do my own shit. Don't even promote it much, but it's there.
Yes.
I personally, like, if I blew up to a level of a Kendrick or a Drake, it's like I'm not even really wasting my time dropping diss tracks like that. I'll talk my shit. I talk my shit now, and I don't got much shit to talk. That's what you got to do when it comes down to rap music. Nobody's going to hear. Nobody wants to. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have to pop your shit regardless.
Did he?
Now, them beefing, we don't know what it's really about.
Yeah.
It started from Future and Metro. And now Kendrick hopped on the album, said some shit. Drake said some shit back. Shit, at some point, J. Cole was dissing Kendrick and was like, sorry.
And then said, I'm sorry. Man, I didn't mean to say all that. I'm sorry.
I will say, like, for two people that they say who they are, the way they brand themselves. No, Drake and Kendrick Lamar aren't going to be able to just call the cops and do whatever. No.
Someone's got to file some crime reports. I want to see some evidence.
No, but that's the thing, Devin. When you say you hit your wife,
pictures of Kendrick's wife.
When you say, "Oh, you hit your wife," and then he goes, "Oh, you're a predator," it's like these guys are just talking shit with zero evidence that we'll never see. And until we do, we're not going to sit here and treat either of them like they are what they're accused of being. We're just going to enjoy their damn music. They're going to make music, and they have fans that they'll enjoy it. It is what it is.
O.J. Simpson didn't do it.
But I will say Shannon Sharpe and Shaq dropping a diss track.
Shaq dropping a diss track isn't over.
That is the corniest shit I've ever seen and heard of.
Well, that's him hopping on a "Hey, I'm cool" type of.
Well, no, that's him.
Diss tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I should make one. It's like, no, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, no.
You probably shouldn't. But yeah, I
But
guess
now, whose diss track would you like to see?
from a non-rapper,
Tom
I want
Brady.
to. Oh, like, dude, I want to see like I don't know. I couldn't think of anything funny. Like I was gonna say what if Taylor Swift is like, bro, fuck all you beer drinking
Uh-oh.
motherfuckers. Y'all
She
are
shits on
mad
the NFL.
because y'all aren't in the fucking suite with
Yep.
me and motherfucking whoever she's with, Ice Spice in the
Long
motherfucking suite.
nose Mahomes. Is that what you're talking about?
You're not with me and Ice
Ugly
Spice in the suite.
face
Uh
Brittany.
Taylor Swift drops like the NFL diss track. Now that'd be an interesting diss track for me. Give me that one. Give me
That'd be
that diss
cool.
track. But no, I
Can
don't
we
know.
get a? I just want to see them break up.
No, I don't care. At this point, I don't care. See, this is the thing. It's not
No,
shoved.
I want something to happen
No.
back to the Chiefs. I want the Chiefs to be gone.
But see, the thing is, it's like when their relationship isn't shoved down our throats.
Yeah.
I don't.
Cool.
I forgot they even were together.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't even have
Same.
told you. I know Travis Kelce has a damn game show.
Does
That's
he?
all I know. Yeah, that's what I know about him. I
I
don't
know
know.
he's getting a movie role or something, or a TV show role or
I
something.
I was updated on their relationship status every time I turned a Chiefs game on, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Now that the season's over, I don't hear about shit from them.
I see stuff on the internet sometimes. I don't like it.
Here and there, but you're gonna see stuff about every relationship that's popular on the internet. That's that, But we don't have to talk about Savannah James every time she's at a Lakers game, and they don't.
No.
They don't. They don't have to. They don't have
But
to
we
do
can
that.
talk about all the other ladies LeBron's hanging out with. I'm not accusing LeBron of being an adulterer. I'm not doing that.
We're not doing that.
I've never done that.
And let me roll the outro out before you say anything else that's gonna be controversial.
All right. What fucking evidence would I have on Savannah James fucking and LeBron's relationship?
No, but just calling him.
I got none. But I'll talk words about it. Like I know, LeBron's doing other things.
No, he's not.
LeBron's got the best PR team in the world.
Stop it.
Rich Paul just covering everything up.
Is it really hard for you to believe that someone could just not cheat?
Yes. I'm damaged. Yes. All right. We live in a world where what fucking relationship?
Oh, but he's 40. He's 40.
Been with a lady since high school. That's never happened in the history of professional sports.
Okay, history of professional sport.
That's not like
true. That's not true.
sports.
You don't know that at all. You really don't know that.
Not a devout Christian boy.
You don't know that. You do not know.
No, of course I don't know that.
Patrick and Brittany were dating in high school, you dumbass. They're together.
Should they be?
They're together. You know her crazy ass ain't letting Pat cheat. You know her crazy ass is not letting Pat cheat. Stop acting. Oh, so Pat's.
You're acting like she's got anything to do with this.
You act like Pat has any type of fucking pull. Hey, you want to come back? Hey, come on, bro. Stop it.
He's an NFL quarterback. He's the most popular NFL quarterback of all time. Well, right now.
I don't care, bro. I've seen homeless people with ass, getting ass on the street. It's like
with ass. You be looking at these thick up homeless ladies.
I meant more like with like ass around them, but whatever, however you want to take it. It's like whatever. You could be an NFL quarterback. You could be fucking.
You could be Steve
homeless on the street.
Yeah,
we are mammals. We are mammals, Devin. People are gonna get what they want.
We're gonna get stuff done.
They're gonna get what they need. They're gonna get stuff done. But with all that being said,
and guess what? When
oh my god,
no, when Brittany's too busy playing Miss Fucking Piggy, Kermit's gonna be off fucking something else. It's just how it is.
I don't know. I'd like to think that there are some good people left in the NFL or NBA. I don't think they all cheat on their wives.
No, I'm not saying it's just that sport. I'm saying that when you're away for a long time.
But it's not.
I mean, it happens in baseball all the time. I think from
what
I've heard about.
Especially NFL players, they're not away. Brittany's there every week. They live like. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
I want to watch the world crumble, brother.
It's okay. You just want to watch the World Series. That's it. That's what you want.
That's very true. And I want to see the Orioles in it because we haven't been since fucking 1983.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. But with all of that being said, I think it's time to get out of here.
Yeah,
We talked everything we could talk about.
all of it.
Brand new episodes every Saturday and Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday to talk more NBA playoffs. We'll see if Shannon drops the response diss track. Because I'm not gonna lie, if there's somebody I'd rather hear make a rap song, it'd probably be Shannon Sharpe at this point. Just for the laughs, it'd be funny. It'd be
What's up?
funny.
What up, Shaq?
And then
I'm
like
not
that.
gonna try to do it.
Yeah. No, you sound more like Mike Tyson there.
Yeah.
Shaq don't have like a
Yeah.
Shaq doesn't have like a lisp. He has like a
Who's Shannon Sharpe?
or Shannon doesn't have like a Mike Tyson lisp.
No.
He has like a
It's like a twang with like a. It's a
skill.
weird skill.
His S's are just like enunciated loud.
Skill. Let me tell you something.
But either way, we'll be back on Tuesday to talk more NBA, more NFL, more whatever is going on in the world. But with that being said, it has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Zoom my nutsack.